The company was started back in the late 90s, been going strong for almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
Jim Camp Sr. wrote a book years ago called Start with No. And Start with No, I guess you could say, is a contrarian view to the negotiation arena. When the book came out, it really went against the grain of what everybody considered negotiation to be all about. That book was extremely popular. In fact, it's still moving along today. The sales are great with that book. And that was really our foundation for our organization. So the reason I think we're a little bit different than most negotiation training organizations is that we spend a lot of time coaching. What I mean by coaching is we actually embed or dig in with our clients and coach them through real situations, real negotiations that they're working on, all different forms of negotiation, sales negotiation, procurement, contract, mergers, acquisitions, anything you can think of where there's an agreement you're trying to reach. We coach people in a systematic way. We have a system that's been developed over the last 30 years to keep everybody aligned and in emotional control. So that's really what we do. We coach people through real deals. Negotiation is what we would consider a human performance event. What that means is anything with athletics, anything where you're forced to execute and think on the spot and react in the environment is a human performance event. We have good days, we have bad days. We hear the words win-win. We're trying to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. We may even hear the word compromise. In fact, compromise is so prevalent in our country's mindset when it comes to negotiation. It's unbelievable to us what we discover when we start coaching our clients. And the fact is, most people believe that compromise is required to reach a deal. And that's one of the things we focus on in our coaching and training is reversing that mindset so that they understand what negotiation really is. And I think negotiation is one of the most critical skill sets for anybody in life. I want you to read Start with No. Then I want you to read my book about leadership negotiation, because I'm basically claiming that leadership is a form of negotiation. And then they all of a sudden realize people that become more effective negotiating become better parents, become better business associates. They become better leaders, better public servants. The ability to negotiate good, solid, lasting agreements in a respectful manner is something that helps people make decisions and moves things forward in life. So even just helping young college kids make good decisions, or it's a skill, and it's something that I think our country needs. And we got to get over the fear of the word no. It is okay to disagree with each other and to respectfully have a conversation. And I think the ability to negotiate is just one of those things that brings people together, because they can say no to each other and it's okay. We're not going to hurt each other's feelings. We're not going to damage the relationship because we're not going to do this deal together. And one thing that I think that I argue about leadership as a form of negotiation is a lot of times we take the leader-follower agreement is not leadership. Leadership to me is when you have the wherewithal to realize that you should allow your people to push. And the same thing that makes you an effective negotiator will make you a more effective leader. And I learned that with my 35-year career in the military. So having the ability to negotiate makes you an effective leader. But you got to give people the right to say no. And